Okay, so today I'm driving a brand new Renault Zoe. I've never driven an electric car before until today. I quite like it. It's quite a fun little car. I don't know if it's a Nissan Leaf underneath, I'm not sure. It drives cool, I quite like it. Zoe. Right, keyless entry. I didn't touch the button then. Interior is nice. Let's get in. Let's see if I've got a good view of it. Might need to sit back a bit for y'all. See a bit better. Yeah, it's quite a cool little thing to drive. So, woo! The Renault doodad. Chuck it down there. I'm going to turn it over. Okay, it's really strange this is because well, I really like the interior on this. I mean, it's a bit scratchy on here. This is quite nice. Same material as the seats. Some weird grey hardware and like soft-ish cloth. Quite squidgy up here, the old. Quite nice. I quite like it. So, anyway, when you first get in the car, it's just silence. I wait until the car's going by and whatever. But you have to put your foot on the brake, I'm pretty sure, and you press this start button over here. And when you press it, engine starts. You're having a laugh. So let's start the motors. Press the button, watch the dash. Brake on, tap the button. Vehicle checks in progress. So we've got 67% of BAT, which is 124 miles in range. Should be more than enough. Really easy to drive this is. It's got the older dodgy electric handbrake, which I'm not keen on, especially for doing mad skids in a Tesco car park. It's all automatic, of course. The gentleman who let me use this car, he said they are tracked and they go quick as F, he said, so I'll take his word for it. Anyway, so you put your foot on the brake, press it down for drive. Don't know if you heard that. For the handbrake. Indicate. I'll put the lights on because I do not like so strange. There's no sound at all. There's no one coming. I'm gonna go left out of here. I'll just drive reasonably. And then I'll let off early and you see it starts to charge. But to be honest, there's no one behind me, so I don't mind. I don't understand why people drive these so slowly. If you're watching this and you're one of the owners, please put your foot down a bit. It doesn't make sense. I understand you want to save a bit of charge, but the thing is, if there's someone behind you who hasn't got an electric car, I don't really understand why you're doing it. So, go around here, and this is a 40-mile-an-hour limit road. Let's do a 20 to 40 acceleration. They're pretty nippy. So 20 to 40, foot down now. 40. That was pretty brisk, to be fair. I'd love to see this against our CRX. It does seem like similar performance in my head anyway. I quite like it. I think it's a nice little car. Steering wheel's nice, like most cars are. Cruise control works fine. The touchy buttons and all that's all fine. All the touch screen, whatever. All these buttons are quite nice. I quite like the feel of stuff. Like, Renault's come a long way from like the old Renault 5 GT Turbo I used to have. I'll insert a picture of it here. It was, yeah, careful now. That was a cool car. It was good fun. Sadly, this one doesn't do it. If you brake a bit more, let you get more charge. Bit more charge, more charge. Give me more charge. Charge. Oh, no noise. And then watch. People are looking. And we'll go for another acceleration. Flat down. So you can't really use this performance on the road, which is why I'm going to take it to a dual carriageway in a moment and see what all the fuss is about, because quite often in my lorry when I'm driving I have to give ways to these because people are joining at 40 miles an hour on a 70-mile-an-hour road. I know people say, oh, it's actually it's the speed limit, it's not actually a target. I'm like, yeah, but you can't just expect people to move over for you, because if I'm sat here in my lorry on a dual carriageway / motorway and there's cars next to me, I'm not slamming my brakes on. It's not happening. I don't know what's going on behind me, and you are joining me. I'm not joining you, so you can do whatever you got to do. But for God's sake, please don't just slam your brakes on like some people do. People get to like when they're joining, and for some reason, their first thought is to just brake, and then you see the people who have half a brain cell or behind them nearly hit them up the batty.
The word is batty boy,
and it could have easily been avoided. Ridiculous. But this is a fun little car. I really like it. I know people don't like Renaults and stuff, and I get it. Like French stuff, alright, it's not as well built as like the Hondas or the Toyotas. Oh, that's so weird, the noise. It's so quiet. Isn't that weird? I'm used to driving the CRX to work, which in every gear change at about 3,000 RPM you go of the very much non-VTEC D series engine. Woo! Oh, it's quite addictive. Like, I mean, I think after a little while I would get bored of it, because I quite like but the whole whoop, I'm not keen on. I'm going to overtake you because I can. But I quite like it. It's a nice little car to drive. I see why people buy them. The range seems alright. I mean, I've got 66% left. I've got 123 miles. So I imagine real world, what does this get, like 200 miles or so? Like I said, I've only got it for this evening, so do apologise if it's really low light. Kind of had my dinner and what have you, and I was like, do a video it, and I was like, do you know what, I haven't posted in about 2 weeks, apart from silly shorts and Instagram videos and stories and what have you. If you've not followed me on Instagram, it's the same for my Instagram as it is my YouTube, which is Rory Revs. I changed it from Walk to Automotive and what have you, because I got a bit bored of it. Woo! Look at that. That's awesome. There's no excuse for driving these slow. This is wicked fun. Just whoop, whoop. Look at that. Whoop, whoop. Hold on, let's get that. You got that woo woo. You got that woo woo.
When you want to woo woo, it's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying?
So maybe for me around town, electric car would make sense, but I just don't think they're at the price point yet that it's worth buying. Plus, I don't know, I just worry about the future of electric cars. Like, is it just like a... Oh, it's so strange, it makes that noise. Is it just like a thing that's only going to last for so long, and then we end up just sticking to the internal combustion engine? Sorry. I really like those Yaris hybrids. I think they're fantastic little cars compared to this. This is really nice. I think it's great. But them Yarises are just, I mean, they look nicer for a start. I'm sure they probably cost more. Maybe the range isn't so good. I'm not sure. Although, to be fair, it's a hybrid, so self-charging and all that stuff. But I did have a go of a Mazda 2, which is the same as the Yaris, but it's rebadged as a Mazda. But really, it's just a cheaper Yaris with Mazda badges on it. And none of the spec, I think. But if you wanted to add spec to it, it still wouldn't be as good as the Toyota, which makes sense, because Toyota's going to save the best for themselves. Why are we doing 35? Come on, guys. No. Okay, right, don't you dare. Charles. Right, let's get it up to speed. 60 mile an hour road. Look at that. 60 mile an hour, like that. That was flat out though. And there's like a bit of a kick down button. Don't know why you'd bother, because it's not got an engine, it's not got a gearbox, hasn't got gears to go whoop, 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 you know, charging it. But for me, that's how. Oh, a little Fiesta trying to catch up. Yeah, let's see what the handling's like. That's not bad. I'll press 0 to cancel, and I'll charge it a little bit. There's people coming anyway, so might as well. So I've not got my foot on my brake. That is all regenerative braking there. I'm starting to put the foot brake on now. Oh wow, there was the weird noise. This would be a foot to the floor go. Awesome. There was the Fiesta behind me. He was really eager to go. Left him in the dust.
Dust.
The CRX goes well, but this is more like an on-off switch. Okay, so less fun. Right, so say you're drawing in at 40 miles an hour, there's no one behind me, so it's safe to do so. 40 miles an hour, right? You should be looking in the mirror and also looking over your shoulder. Is there anything coming? There's a car there, there's no one behind me now. I'm going to be drawing it, indicating foot to the floor, 50, 61, 70 miles an hour, and I've joined. What is wrong with that? You've got no excuse. You've got no excuse. If you drive one of these cars and you can't manage to hit 70 miles an hour when you're joining, you're a moron.
Hell, you can't drive, honey.
So at 70 miles an hour, reasonably quiet. A little bit of wind noise, but to be fair, this is still a tinny little Renault at the end of the day. Change lane, safety first. He's pulling in to go to sleep for the night. Poor sod. Is there space for you? Yeah, lovely little space for him, look. Just going to have to go off on the curb though. Right, safe to pull back in. It's pretty good. I mean, I'm using quite a bit more power now. I've noticed that when I was doing 40 or whatever, it was like a little bit, whereas now it's quite a lot, it would seem. Yeah. Right, indicate, change lane, over your shoulder. See, the sign's only just coming up. Oh, I should have let off earlier, really. I could have got more regen in, but it's fine. I've got the regen on. Oh, we'll use a bit more regen, might as well. Down to 61% charge now. Come on, let's get a bit more regen back in. Okay, so while I've got a chance, might as well do a, is there a sport mode or anything? What's B? I'm not sure. Right. I'm going to see what the 0 to 60 is in this. 0 to 62. I don't know if you can change the mode, so this will be in whatever mode this is in. Must be in some kind of eco mode. Right, no talking. 0 to 62, 100 kilometers an hour in a Renault Zoe. It's pretty decent. I don't know, I think it just lacks something, but I'd be interested to try a Tesla out, what have you. There's probably no one on my channel that watches this that would have a Tesla, but I'd be more than up for having a go of it if you would let me, but it's up to you. I'd like to have a go at one though. Right, I'm coming up to where I need to come off. I should have thought about it earlier, really. Down to 58% charge. I left on 68, so I've used... Oh, I've just gained a percentage back from that. Whee! This is fun. This is fun. Haha! Don't worry, it is 60 along there. It's fine. It's funny, like when you just accelerate, it's just like woo, Woo! I suppose, to be fair, that concludes my video. I might do a brake. Do I do a brake test? Is it necessary? I'll try it in a minute. 60 miles an hour and brake hard. Brakes are good. I mean, if I was stopping in an emergency situation, I would definitely trust this little thing. Well, good. Anyway, I think that concludes my video for this evening, as we're in low light now. And yeah, I'll end the GoPro footage here and move on to the 360 camera. Into neutral. Parking brake on. Wicked. So you see me now, I'm sat in a 2021 or 22 Renault Zoe. I quite like it, it's a cool little car. Let's take it for a little spin. Just turned the engine on. And also there's no excuse for not being able to speed up in this thing. When joining motorways, you're taking the P like this. Isn't that strange how quiet that is? What if it does little wheel spins on dirt or anything? Is there any dirt here? A little bit there. Let's see. Are we coming? Yeah. Haha! No excuse to drive a Renault Zoe slowly. These are pretty good. These are wicked little cars. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to Rory Revs and check out my Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. Bye for now.